Let's see. We're on. Ladies and gentlemen, the CTDF Fantasy Football Show is on the air once again. It is week 12 in the NFL. Very big week because it is Thanksgiving week. That's right. We have a big trio of games to talk about for Thanksgiving Day. And of course, we got our Sunday night matchups and our Sunday matchups, Sunday night and Monday night, as always. So, my name is Tim McClellan. Over here is John Flynn. Of course, you can always listen to him on his podcast, Hooked on Sports, 2 shows per week during the league season. And Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you find podcasts, look up Hooked on Sports. You got the right show. And of course, down here, my good buddy from San Antonio, Adam Oliver. So, guys, how you doing?
I'm good.
Uh-oh, looks like Adam's got some audio problems again.
Twice in 1 week.
The
Still ain't got it yet. Well, while Adam tries to get his audio problems figured out, we're gonna go ahead and get into our fantasy league matchups for the week. If I'm not mistaken, this is our next to last week of our regular season.
Mm-hmm. And it's a big one for me.
Yeah, it is a big one here. Right now, we are checking our standings so far. Right now, once again, our defending two-time league champion Will Medina has the top overall seed in our league.
Yeah, and last night Will beat Marty by 0.1.
Holy cow! Will beat Marty by 1/10 of a point. How close here can you get to that? Oh my goodness! So with that, Will beat Marty. Of course, Marty is right down into the 10th spot. So unfortunately, he probably won't make it to the playoffs.
It's mathematically impossible for him at this point.
Right, so he is basically mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. And holding the number 2 seed overall is our friend Andrew St. Clair. He is currently in first place in the Captain Morgan division with an 8-3 record. Then we have our first-year player, Cedric. He right now holds the number 3 seed. Second place behind Will in the Jack Daniels division. Flynn, you're right now holding on to the 4th seed. Third place in the Jack Daniels division, tied with Adam with a 7-4 record, but of course you hold the tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
So that means Adam is holding on to the number 5th seed. And right now, holding the 6th and final seed in our playoffs is John Natale. He is right now second place in the Captain Morgan division with a record of 7-4. So, looks like trying to find some playoff scenarios here. So
basically, so I go up against Nels this week, and right now I'm projected to win by 4. But if I beat Nels, I'm in regardless of what happens next week. I think Will is already in at 9-2. I think Andrew is already in. I think Shedrick would clinch a playoff spot with a win, as would be myself and Adam.
Yep. So hopefully, I guess Natalia will have to win out these last couple of games in order to get the shot and lock up the 6th seed.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, let's go back here. Let's go back. Let's go back to that screen I was on here. Because right now, holding on to the seventh seed, just on the outside looking in, is Nels, and he is right there holding on to the eighth seed or the seventh seed. Actually, I am actually the eighth seed right now overall, and we somebody. Oh, I thought somebody knocked. I was just going to let them in, but oh yeah, Adam. I guess he had problems here,
Yeah,
so
there we
we brought
go.
Adam. All right, Adam. You're sounding good now. We're just taking a look at the overall standings and playoff scenarios. So taking a look at the matchups right now. Let's go to our schedule right here. I have a matchup against Marty. Basically, I gotta hopefully win out and probably Nils or somebody else. Nils and Natalie probably have to fall out so I get back in. But right now, I'm scheduled to a projected total of 135.9. Marty at 126.3 at the moment. Nels has a matchup with Flynn, as was mentioned earlier. Will's got Spencer. Spencer is projected at 137.1 for this week. Will with a 167.6 advantage in his projected total. Andrew, this could be a close one as of right now. He is projected at 148.8. Cedric projected at 146.3. Erica has a matchup with Adam this week. Adam is projected at 146.2. Erica at 129.4. And finally, Mark is matched up with Natalie. Natalie with a 146.9 advantage over Mark's 124.6. So looks like a couple of spots are pretty much locked up, and there's plenty more to go this week and next week. Then the top six teams move on to the playoffs. Meanwhile, the bottom six will play in a consolation bracket. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the games for this week in the NFL, starting with the traditional Thanksgiving trio of games right now. Starts as always with their Detroit Lions traditional Thanksgiving game. They are at home against the Houston Texans. And right now, Flynn, as we get started with this, the Texans are picked by 3 over the Lions.
Circling the Texans was one of the first teams I circled going into this week. I mean, the Lions just lost 20-0 to a rebuilding Carolina Panthers. Does that tell you anything about the direction of the Lions? That they have no coach, they don't have a real GM, their defense is terrible. Jeff Okuda has not played well. The secondary is a mess. But they don't have a pass rush. Matthew Stafford hasn't stayed healthy. We don't know what Kenny Galladay is going to be like. So, but Deshaun Watson played a magnificent game on Sunday against New England. I think 360 plus yards, 3 touchdowns, and 60 yards rushing. Yeah, if Deshaun Watson could do that against a Belichick coach defense, he can do it against any defense. So I'll take the Texans. They'll win by a touchdown, 31-24.
All righty, Adam, what do you say?
Well, I think by the way that seeing the Lions being shut out by the Panthers, and I do not think I see the Lions beat the Texans. So with that being said, I'm gonna choose the Houston Texans to win.
Ooh, looks like Adam Oliver's got an upset special going on right here. And I am, yeah, the Lions looked okay, but the Texans, I think, are starting to warm up just a little bit, not too much. I am going to go ahead and take the Texans to win this game by a score of 24-17. Let's see here. Okay, well, yeah, Will said he'd be coming in, so we'll just recap all the games when he gets in. We'll get his picks when he comes in. The main course game, if you want to call it that, the old rivalry, which is kind of a new old rivalry. The Washington football team against the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys coming off a real hard fought victory against those Vikings this past Sunday. Cowboys are picked by 3. So, Flynn, you see 2 in a row?
I'm going with Washington. I'm going to take Washington to win the football game outright. I mean, because I don't like the matchup at all with Washington's front seven against banged up Dallas offensive line. Andy Dalton isn't known for delivering on national TV games, and I think the Thanksgiving tradition I think is will be full of turkeys in the loss column for the Dallas Cowboys. I think they dropped to 3-8. I think Washington, for the time being, takes over first place in the NFC East for 72 hours. So I think the no names go down to Dallas. Robert, I think that the Cowboy the Washington has a real coaching advantage. I think the matchup of Chase Young going up against trying to go after Andy Dalton is going to be a problem. So give me Washington to win 26-19.
So, Flynn's going with the generics. Adam, what do you see here?
Well, I know that it was a pretty well earned victory for the Cowboys, and it is Thanksgiving, and they're up against the Redskins. It should be a close game, but think, but I do have a feeling that it would become. I believe it will be a game-winning field goal by Greg the Leg for the Cowboys to win, and I feel like they would be the ones to take the NFC East for the time being to improve to 4-7.
So, Adam's going with the Cowboys. Yeah, Cowboys. I read a report somewhere before this past Sunday's game that Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy channeled his inner Gallagher. What I mean by that is that in the locker room before the game, he took out a sledgehammer and started bashing watermelons with them. It was a way to get the team fired up. I mean, if someone, I wish if I gotta see if someone actually has a video of that because I would love to see that. But anyway, I say the Cowboys did have that victory against the Vikings. It was a hard fought victory. Heading into this game, I see them with a ton of steam. But yeah, that defensive front for the Redskins is pretty tough. I will say that. But I see the Cowboys winning by field goal. Greg the Leg's going to do it. Probably maybe within the last 5 minutes of the game, but I wouldn't say last second. But I've got the Cowboys winning this one 27-24. So hopefully the Cowboys can win this one here. And then we have the dessert game for Thanksgiving. Ordinarily, I would say that this would be the best game of the week, but you have the 6-4 Raiders against the undefeated 10-0 Steelers, and the Steelers are picked by 5.5. So I guess not really much to talk about with this one, is there, Flynn?
Yes, and the Steelers are actually going up against the Baltimore Ravens, not the Vegas Raiders.
Did I say Raiders?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I meant the Baltimore Ravens against
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers. So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the big story in this game, Mark Ingram and J.K. Dobbins have both tested positive for the cough, and they will not be available to play on Thursday, which pretty much means that Baltimore's rushing attack will be just Gus Edwards and Lamar Jackson, and that takes away a big dimension out of the Ravens' offense. The offensive line has gone down the tubes over the last since Marshall Yanda, the future Hall of Fame left tackle, retired, and the team figured out Lamar Jackson, and the Ravens lost to the Steelers earlier this month, despite giving up giving up 200 fewer yards to Baltimore. So I think Pittsburgh's going to win this. I'll take the Steelers to win and cover 27.
All right, Adam, what do you say?
Mm, Yeah, I I know it's gonna be a tough game, but I have a feeling that the Pittsburgh Steelers will go up to 11-0.
And that's the exact same thing I'm going to say. Ravens got the win last time, but right now they're heading to Steel City, and Steelers are 10-0. Seems like everything is clicking just great for the Steelers. And I don't see anything different in this game. I got the Steelers winning, although the Ravens are going to kind of keep it close. But the Ravens will go down to the Steelers 33-30, 11-0 to the Steelers. And now we go to the Sunday games. The aforementioned Las Vegas Raiders are traveling all the way across the country to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Raiders are picked by 3.
Yeah, and I don't think any team could have played any better in the loss this year than what happened to the Vegas Raiders on Sunday night against Kansas City. Their offense was incredibly efficient. They moved the ball at will. They mixed up the play calling a little bit, kept Kansas City secondary off balance, and Derek Carr was magnificent. Had it not been for a late interception, he would have been had over 120 passer rating. But I think they're going up against a completely different animal than Kansas City, and that's Atlanta. And the Falcons coming off their bye week, they couldn't score a touchdown against the Saints. So I'm gonna easily roll with the Raiders. I think they'll win this game by double digits. So my score for this one: Raiders 30, Falcons 16.
Ooh, that's kind of close to what I got, but let's hear from Adam.
Yeah, the Falcons still haven't quite got everything together, and I probably wouldn't be surprised that the Falcons will be one of the teams to not make the playoffs. So with that being said, I think kind of would with that being said, I would pick the Las Vegas Raiders and the Gruden Grinders.
Yep, those Gruden Grinders are going to head into Falcons, and Falcons are just a complete mess. I think I've just pretty much lost all faith in him. I'd say Matty Ice is just melted. I see the Raiders winning big this one, but Flynn, you said 30-16.
Yeah.
I got 31-17. So kind of a little bit close. So
basically, you're saying that we're both saying the Raiders will win by 2 touchdowns.
oh, most definitely. I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to go to Buffalo. Buffalo has a game against the Los Angeles Chargers. Bills are at 7-3. Chargers 3-7. Flynn, the Bills are picked by 5.5.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bills in this game. The Bills coming off a bye week, and the Chargers the Chargers were the closest team other than the Patriots to lose to the Jets, and I thought the Jets played a very good game against the Chargers. They were able to stay in it, but I have some issues with LA. I have issues with Anthony Lynn. I think Buffalo has a significant advantage when it comes to the coaching and the quarterback. Justin Herbert's been very good, and he had a first half of the ages on Sunday. He threw for 277 yards in the first half on Sunday against the Jets, but I just don't know about Anthony Lynn and his job security. I think you're going to look at the Chargers as one of the teams in the NFL head coaching carousel come January. So I'm going to take the Bills to win this game and cover. They take out their anger from the heartbreaking loss against the Cardinals. They win 31-17.
All right, Adam.
Well, this is the game that the Bills are coming back from their bye week and they're against the Chargers, and I think it's a relatively easy win. Even though Herbert is pretty good, but Josh Allen is gonna be a little too much. So with that being said, I have to pick Buffalo for the win.
And I will make it a unanimous choice for the group here. I see the Bills taking this one. I say the Bills will win and cover as well. 27-17 is the score for the Buffalo Bills to take down the Chargers. And meanwhile, we got the New York Giants going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. But of course, this is not the same Bengals team that we've seen because, unfortunately, the unfortunate injury to Joe Burrow, therefore ending his rookie season. And I guess that's partially why the Giants are picked by 5.5 then.
Yeah, the Giants entered this. The Giants started off as like 3 point favorites. Now they're up to 5.5 because of the Joe Burrow injury. And by the way, spoiler alert for you guys, I cannot wait to go off on the Cincinnati Bengals and their joke of a plan around Joe Burrow. The offensive line stinks. The coach stinks. The defense stinks. Everything stinks in Cincinnati. Ownership stinks. Everything. This is why you look at teams like the Bengals, the Lions, the Browns as teams that franchises that have been total dumpster fires in the NFL for the last 20 years, and the Joe Burrow injury, tearing his ACL, MCL, and other structural damage. That makes the entire argument relevant because the Cincinnati Bengals have already failed Joe Burrow. Let's make this clear. The Bengals have already failed Joe Burrow. Yeah, he's going to need 9 to 12 months to recover. It would be wise for Joe Burrow to sit out next year and maybe bring back Andy Dalton for another season while he gets back. But chances are they won't because he's a franchise quarterback and the quarterback they fell so in love with. But the Cincinnati Bengals are an absolutely pathetic punchline. Giants 30, Bengals 6.
Wow, I got one thing to say in response to that here. That rant was gold. That was gold.
And you notice I didn't even talk about my Giants, and you got to give the. I think that the Giants are playing as well as any team in the NFC East.
All right. I guess it's more about the Bengals than it is the Giants. I mean, yeah, the Giants have had a bad year, but I don't see the Giants losing this one. But let's hear from Adam, see what he says.
Yeah, I think I've got like a good feeling that the Bengals are gonna have a really tough time, like without Joe Burrows after that he's gone. So I could probably say R.I.P. Bengals. is only gonna say, but I think I've got a pretty strong feeling that the New York Giants will beat the Bengals.
Yes, before I make my decision, I'm gonna pause for a moment of silence for the Bengals. Okay, that's good enough. The Giants are going to totally murder those Bengals. I got the Giants winning by a score of 24-10. I can only see the Bengals scoring like 10 points because that's all they're worth.
How the hell are they going to get to 10, Tim? I mean, the Bengals made the same mistake the Jets made 2 years ago, drafting Sam Darnold without any help around him.
Well,
Yeah, and the Bengals in a couple of years are going to have the number one overall draft pick again.
I could definitely see that. I can definitely see that. Well, let's go to the other part of the state of Ohio. Well, actually, the Browns are going to be heading down to the Sunshine State to take on those lowly Jaguars, and looks like the Browns are picked by 7.
Yeah, I think the Browns have been playing okay football the last month, and yes, they're 7-3, but the Browns have been home all this time. So, but Browns lost at home to the Raiders in the wins. I mean, they barely beat Houston. They barely beat the Philadelphia Chickens on Sundays, or as you like to call them, the Philadelphia Eagles. So listen, I'm gonna grab the 6.5 points. Is that the spread you have, Tim? 6.5.
I saw 7, but hey,
It's,
who's counting?
yeah, but I'm gonna grab the points here with the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars have no place to go but up after losing 7-3 to the Steelers. But I'm gonna take the Browns to win the game by a field goal, 20-17. That might be ugly.
Yep. That sounds about reasonable. Adam, we got Browns and Jaguars.
Well, I think by the way the Browns have been playing, I think the and I think that's probably like the only Ohio team is probably the reasonable this at this season because they've been playing well. Well, I know the Jaguars. I think they is one of them teams that's really gotta get some work, and I think I predict that the Browns will beat the Jaguars by at by at least 14 points.
I think that's the way. I don't see that bad, but I see the Browns doing a number to the Jaguars in this particular game. I got the Browns winning this one 31-14. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to make this little note right here. Now we have this one is probably the toughest one for me to pick. I don't know about you guys. Tennessee Titans against the Indianapolis Colts in Indiana. Pretty much both at 7-3, so top spot in the division is at stake here. Culture at home and picked by 3.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Tennessee Titans to win the game. I'll take them to win the damn game, and I'll tell you that I think the Titans showed out that they took out their anger on the Baltimore Ravens after the drama that took place between the Ravens coaches and the Titans players, and the Titans really stuck a fork in their mouths by coming from behind and beating them in overtime. Derrick Henry 133 yards and the game-winning touchdown in overtime. I think the Titans have momentum too, and I think and I think they're gonna win. But I do want to give the Colts some credit too. They took down a very very good Green Bay Packers team last week, and I saw that game. They overcame a 14-point halftime deficit, and I thought Rivers played well. I thought the defense played well. I think I think special teams played a huge role, and I thought the play of the game was the Colts forcing the fumble and Marquez Valdez scandaling in overtime to set up the winning field goal. But I think the Titans are going to win. These two teams are evenly matched, but I picked Tennessee to win the AFC South because of games like this coming Sunday. So I'll take the Titans to win 17-16.
Uh-huh. So, Adam, how about this big matchup?
Well, this is a pretty close game. Like, see that the Titans Raiders, and we've seen that the Colts pulled a pretty pretty clutch win in overtime at Indianapolis. Oh, this is gonna be a tough one to choose. It's gonna be a real close game, but I think I have a feeling that the Indianapolis Colts would be two good teams in a row. So gotta go with the Colts with reliable Rivers.
Yep. It's obvious that old man Rivers still has a little bit left in the tank, and I'm actually going to pick the Colts to win this one at home, although not by much. Tennessee is going to make them work for this victory, but I see the Colts winning this one by a score of 28-24. But I will not be surprised if the Titans end up winning this game. I mean, these are like two almost evenly matched teams. I mean, it could go either way.
Yeah.
If you're undecided, go with the home team, I guess.
Yeah. Same.
But the thing is, home field advantage has been particularly a factor this year because of no stadium crowds because of the pandemic.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I hadn't really thought about that. Knowing seeing that there's all stadiums not at all capacity. It's just not the same without the crowd there. But I don't think they should even have a crowd in New York where the Jets are at home against the Dolphins this week, and the Dolphins are beat by 7.
Yeah, the Dolphins didn't play well on Sunday. Tua in particular didn't play well, and I thought Brian Flores did the right thing in benching him late in the second half, like get his mindset and focus on the Jets. That if there's any team in the NFL the last couple seasons that you want to face in a get right game, it's the matchup the Dolphins have against the Jets. I mean, the Jets are a waste of everybody's time to watch, and you know the Jets they're trying to tank for Trevor if Trevor tries to go for the NFL draft. But I'm gonna take the Dolphins to win this game 24-14.
All right, Adam.
Well, all I gotta say is just these words. For the first overall pick in the 2021 draft, the New York Jets select Trevor Lawrence, quarterback from Clemson, and that's how I feel about the Jets this season. Think that I think Tua and the Dolphins are gonna handle them pretty easily over them. So with that saying, give me a lock of the week, and with the score 21 Dolphin 3 for the Jets.
All right. And sorry guys, I got a little bit of an announcement to make here. So if you'll check the screen,
There he is.
The champ
9-2.
is here.
At 9
What's
and
going?
2. A
9 and
What's
point
going
2,
on?
victory.
and holding the top seed in our league, ladies and gentlemen, our two-time defending league champion. Hey, he may be late, but better late than never. Will Medina is here.
Hey, sorry if I'm late, folks. So catch me up on the picks.
All right. We were just talking about the current game right now. Dolphins at Jets. Dolphins picked by 7.
Oh God. I'm just gonna say, Trevor Lawrence, go to the Jets, start packing your bags, and prepare for New York City. Dolphins are gonna win in a mudslide.
Okay. I'm gonna work backwards here so we can get Will caught up on our picks. This one was tough for me to pick. Titans at Colts. Colts picked by 3.5.
Yeah. Didn't Colts come back on the last game on Thursday Night Football?
I think they
That was
did.
a scary. That was the scariest game, and it was scary by far. So I don't see this being a close game, but given that Philip Rivers had a good game, I can say much about Tannehill, but I think the Titans tie this one up. Give me Tennessee 28-17.
Okay. Browns at Jaguars. Browns picked by 6.5.
It should have been 10, but anyway, yeah. Jacksonville is missing Gardner Minshew really badly right now. This is one of the most laughable jokes you could talk about right now being Jacksonville. So yeah, Cleveland wins this one. I'll give it. I'll be nice, Tim. I have to be nice. Give me 24-13 in favor of the Browns.
Alrighty. We got the Giants at Cincinnati, and the Giants are picked by 5.5.
This is where Ryan Finley is gonna be more. How can I say this? Another laughing stock, because who's Ryan Finley? Can anybody look this guy up? That's all I know. Who's Ryan Finley?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Who the hell is Ryan Finley?
Yeah, can we get a Wikipedia page on this guy?
I don't know, but yeah, I think Daniel Jones is going to win this one. I don't see nothing coming out of Cincinnati anyway, so I'll take the Giants here. Give me 17-7. I don't see it going past that many points anyway. So 17-7 for the Giants.
Alrighty. Then we had the Los Angeles Chargers at the Buffalo Bills. Bills picked by 5.5.
This one should have been 7. I like how Justin Herbert has been really playing. I really do. The only issue we have here is Buffalo's probably going to be fresh off the bye week. Josh Allen's going to go straight back to work. It's going to be a battle between Josh Allen and Justin Herbert, but I think the edge goes back to Josh Allen here. He should be ready to go, so give me Buffalo 31-20 over the Chargers.
Okay, and then we had Las Vegas Raiders against the Atlanta Falcons. Raiders picked by 3.
This should have been 7 points, but
Yeah, I know, right?
the Raiders almost came close to beating Kansas City Sunday night.
Yeah.
But this is Patrick Mahomes we're talking about here. He's going to be this new trend of quarterbacks that could break records. But as far as this game goes, there's no way in hell Atlanta's losing. Give me the Raiders 28-17 over the Falcons.
Yeah, and I said before the season the Falcons would go 4-12, and it's going to look like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And now for the 3 Thanksgiving games. The first one, Lions at home against the Texans. Texans picked by 3.
can we even say Detroit doesn't know how to stay healthy anymore? Because Detroit doesn't know how to stay healthy anymore. And what about that shock win for the Texans against the Patriots? No one's
Can't
seen that
say,
one coming. Neither did I.
can't say. I picked the Texans.
I figure you would, and I'm gonna have to go that same route because until Detroit gets their injury list back in order, I don't see them going anywhere. So, with that said, give me the Texans 27-17
Yeah,
over the Lions.
you can also say, well, after Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn get fired after their joke of a plan in the draft.
They probably will.
Yeah. Okay, then we have the main course game, the Washington football team against the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are also picked by 3.
Isn't it a good day to have Andy? I am pissed off. Put me back on the field so I could beat the hell out of you, Dalton, back on the field? You're damn right. It's better than what they have, but I think Dalton gets it together. And let's face it, Washington is missing Chase Young right now. That defense is terrible. I'm going to be honest. And Alex Smith, being a former 49er that he is, you know, he's getting back up there, but this is not Washington's game to win. Give me the Cowboys. Give me a score of, let's go for something interesting, about 24-15 sounds about right. So I'll take Dallas.
Interesting. And the Thanksgiving night game, Ravens at Steelers. Steelers picked by 5.5.
Where in the hell is the Ravens' morality right now? No, I take that back. Where in the hell is the leadership with the Ravens right now? These last 3 games, they've been more shakier than a California earthquake right now. I mean, the Ravens should not be struggling this bad. They should not. And then while the Steelers, what in the world? You're 10-0. I had Pittsburgh going. Actually, I had Pittsburgh going 9-7. But wow,
Yeah.
what a difference a day makes.
I had Pittsburgh missing the playoffs.
But
Wow.
this is not Pittsburgh's game to lose here. So Pittsburgh will go 11-0, and John Harbaugh, he needs to sit down. Give it the Steelers 31-20 over the Ravens. Sorry, Marty.
Okay, I guess we got y'all caught up now. I don't recall giving my pick for the Dolphins and Jets, but but in case I didn't, I'm picking the Dolphins 38-10 over the Jets. The Jets are dookie. I heard that word used on First Take a few weeks ago. I've been watching First Take for a long time, and I don't think I ever heard that word used on that show. But now we can. Now I just noticed that Adam said he'd be right back, so we'll just go on and we'll get him caught up when he gets back. Right now we have the Carolina Panthers against the Minnesota Vikings, and the Vikings are picked by 4 as somehow Medina has dropped out. Go ahead, talk about this one.
Yeah, this game to me, Tim, not Titans Colts. This game was the toughest game of the week for me to pick because I think you look at the rosters and you look at the Vikings and how they have they've gotten big contributions from Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson, and then the Vikings playing well, taking advantage of a weak schedule, but they just lost to the Cowboys. And Adam Thielen is on the COVID-19 reserve list. But then I remember that Matt Rule is the head coach of the Carolina Panthers. He is going to be a rock star in the NFL. I can't wait to see what he's going to do during the 7-year contract that David Tepper gave him back in January. And what you saw on Sunday, even though they played the Lions, was just the beginning of Matt Will's vision of a perennial contender. So I as much as I think Minnesota has like the home field advantage and all the talent advantage, I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers to win the game. I'm going to take the Panthers to not only cover but win the damn game outright. That they won without Teddy Bridgewater, they won without Christian McCaffrey last week. I think getting we know they're going to get Bridgewater back, but we still have to see about McCaffrey. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to play on Sunday, but I'm going to take the Panthers to win the game 30-27 over the Vikings.
Interesting. Will, what do you say?
All right, just want to confirm this is Carolina, Minnesota, correct?
Right?
Yeah.
All right, and who has the points here?
Vikings by 4.
Nope. Carolina wins this one because Thielen just hit the COVID list. So this is a big blow for the Vikings offense here. Sorry, Nels, but yeah, I like this PJ Walker. This guy played for the XFL, and now he gets his chance on a bigger stage, and look what he done. He shut out the Lions. Who would have thought? So, sorry, Nels. Give me Brandon Scruggs' team of the Carolina Panthers. And this one is going to be close, but that close. Give me 31-27 over Minnesota. And Dalvin Cook will go off, but Carolina gets the win.
Yeah, it's also a good friend Erica Saraceno's team as well. Don't forget that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Adam, you didn't miss much. We're talking about the Panthers and the Vikings are picked by 4.
It's going to be pretty interesting. Teddy Bridgewater versus Kirk Cousins, and I know I know the Vikings had a pretty tough loss over my Cowboys, and I know it's a close game, but I think the Vikings are gonna pull are gonna get their acts together and bounce back. With that being said, gonna go with the Vikings.
Yeah, it looks like we're all going to get split because Flynn and Medina are going for the Panthers. Adam and myself, we're going to take the Vikings. The Vikings are going to be a little bit mad. For one thing, they lost Adam Thielen to the COVID-19. Dalvin Cook is going to go off just like he did last week. But, of course, the Cowboys beat him. But I knew Dalvin Cook was going to put up some big numbers against my boys, and I say he's probably going to put up some numbers against the Panthers here. I got the Vikings winning this one by a score of 27-13. So we are kind of down the middle on that one here. The New England Patriots, they are home this week against the Arizona Cardinals, and the Cardinals are picked by 2.5, Lynn.
Yeah, I couldn't have picked Arizona fast enough in this game. Because I just think the Patriots are so void defensively, even though they have as good a defensive mastermind as there's ever been in the history of the league in Bill Belichick. But I just think Kyler Murray is going to be a matchup nightmare for the Patriots. Yes, the Patriots have already beaten a mobile quarterback in Lamar Jackson this season, this month actually. But I just think the Cardinals are next level compared to Baltimore with DeAndre Hopkins, Larry Fitzgerald, Christian Kirk, Kenyon Drake, Chase Edmonds. That the Cardinals have a full assortment of tools at Kyler Murray's disposal. So I think he's going to use it. I think he's going to distribute the ball. I think Kyler Murray throws for 200 yards and rushes and throws for a touchdown. So Cardinals win this game 27-21.
27-21. Flynn goes with the Cardinals. Adam, what do you say?
that one game that I know I know it's gonna be kind of a close game, and it's gonna be back and forth, and in the end, uh, oh, this I think it's on Dogger on the whale side. And anyway, oh, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say that the Cardinals are gonna beat the Patriots, and it's not gonna be by at least one touchdown.
All right, so Adam's going with the Cardinals. Will, what do you say about this one?
Does New England lose two in a row? You damn right they do. I'm picking Arizona for only one reason. Kyler Murray. Look what this guy did. He beat the Buffalo Bills off that Hail Mary. Good pass, by the way. Good pass. And it looks like he's getting comfortable outside the pocket. Well, I can't say the same for Cam Newton, but yeah. So give me Arizona here. But Flynn, you and I have closer scores than you think. So let me give it to you straight right here. 30-24 for Arizona.
It's still Arizona by 6. We're on the same page on that.
There you go.
All right. Well, I am going to make it unanimous. These are not the same Patriots that we've been used to seeing. And this Kyler Murray, this kid Kyler Murray is this kid's something very special. I mean, this guy. I mean, I don't know what it is about these Oklahoma kids. I mean, when they play for University of Oklahoma, there's something about that. But I say Kyler Murray is going to take it to the Patriots. Patriots probably keep it close, but the Cardinals will pull away. I say Cardinals win and cover 24-20. Patriots may make a game out of it, but not too much. And now let's talk about the Denver Broncos. They are at home against the visiting New Orleans Saints. Unfortunately, Breeze is out, but I don't know if it matters since the Saints are picked by 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Saints here. I said last week that the Drew Brees injury wasn't going to be a big deal for New Orleans at this time because Sean Payton's idea in starting Taysom Hill. Yeah, I didn't agree with the decision, but I think starting Taysom Hill made so much sense because the Falcons didn't know how to stop Taysom Hill and the Wildcats for 60 minutes. So now I understand why Payton had this idea. Obviously, I think when you look at long term, I think you look at Jameis Winston as being more of a long term solution because of the nature of mobile quarterbacks and how they fare in the NFL circles. But I think with this game, Taysom Hill, that I think they're going up against a depleted Broncos roster, and I just don't see how the Saints lose this one. You can argue that there are arguments that they're the team to beat in the NFC. It's going to be a wide open NFC. We already know that, but the Saints are definitely in that conversation at 8-2. I think they go to 9-2, and they'll take down the Broncos 29-19.
All right, 29-19. Adam, what do you say about this one?
Yeah, I think I got a feeling that the Broncos will still win. I still have a feeling that the Saints will still win, despite not having Drew Brees anymore. Winston is getting pretty comfortable at being the backup and for like a regular quarterback. but I think it's gonna be interesting to see how Hill would handle being like a natural tight end this game. But I think Winston's pretty good, so I'm gonna say that the Saints will beat the Broncos.
All right, Will, what you got?
All right. Let's just get this over with. Denver upset the hell out of Miami. I did not think that would happen, but it did. But not here against the Saints. I think Taysom Hill is going to shake some heads against the Broncos and keep them guessing. Michael Thomas back on the field. Alvin Kamara, Latavius Murray. Oh, man, you put those two together, man, that's a running tandem. So, yeah, Denver got lucky not this week. Give me the Saints 27-20 over Denver.
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and make it unanimous, basically for one reason. No Breeze, no problem. They still got Kamara. And I'm going to take the Saints by a score of 28-20.
That's sort of close to mine.
Yeah, very close, very close.
But I can't start Taysom Hill this week because his tight end eligibility is bye-bye. Because I was able to start him last week because he was tight end eligible and he gave me 38 points. But even if I played Nels last week, I would have lost. Believe it or not, it's me being able to start two quarterbacks. I would have lost.
Wow. Okay, now we go over to the West Coast. We got the Rams are at home. They're picked by 7 over the San Francisco 49ers. Flynn.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the 7.5 here with San Francisco, but I'm gonna take the Rams to win the game. But let me talk about the Rams and how they were able to beat Tampa Bay. They are the Rams beat the Buccaneers is because they had the better coach, they had the better defense, and the better quarterback. And I know that there's a game. We're gonna get into the Buccaneers next game next, but the Rams showed that they were able to win a game without really establishing a running attack because the Rams knew going into that game that they weren't going to stop the run against establish a run game with Andrew Whitworth left tackle out and facing the league's best rush defense. So that's a credit to the coaching staff for finding a way to win a game without their biggest weapon right now. So props to the Rams, but I think this. I don't like 7.5 because it's a divisional game and those games can be close. But I'm gonna grab the take the Rams here, 20-15 over the 49ers.
Okay. 20-15. Flynn says Rams will take it over the Niners. Okay, I guess Adam's having problems again. So, Will, we'll just go to you on this one. It's your boys.
This is where I have a tough time believing that the structure of once was will be never again. But I did, like John said, the Rams pretty much knew what Brady was doing last night, and they came to play. But some Niners are coming off the IR and some Niners are coming off the COVID list, so we have to see about that. I do like the 7 points, but the bigger question that was in mind is Garoppolo going to be the future for the Niners? And I don't know. It's going to be determined sooner or later. But right now, as much as I hate to say it, and I hope Angie's not listening, I'm gonna take the Rams here by 6. Give me. It's not going to be this sort of game that not many people are going to think about, but I have this one actually going in a low score of 20-13.
Okay. All right, Adam, we got the 49ers at the Rams.
Yeah, have a good feeling that the Rams will beat the 49ers. The Rams got everybody, and the 49ers don't. With that being said, the Los Angeles Rams will beat the 49ers.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on that same route too. I got the Rams. I actually have the Rams convincingly winning this game. I mean, they say it's a 7 point spread. It should be more than that. I got the Rams winning this 31-17. So now we have Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're home this week, taking on the 9-1 defending champion Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are picked by 3.5. So Flynn, what do you see?
Yeah, the Sunday night game was a character defining victory for the Chiefs. A week after the Raiders circled around Allegiant Stadium with the victory bus tour, that angered Andy Reid and company. But what the Chiefs did in the second half was remarkable. That first of all, they started off with a 16-play, 93-yard drive that took up 8.5 minutes of play, which ended in the Clyde Edwards-Helaire touchdown. And I knew the Chiefs were going to win after that dive, but I just didn't know that they were going to win. But by Patrick Mahomes perfecting the 2-minute drill, down by 3, that there was no bone in Mahomes' body that wanted the field goal. He wanted that touchdown so bad. Because let's face it, it's Patty Mahomes' world, and we're just living in it. And guess who else is living in Patty Mahomes' world? Tom Brady. Chiefs 31, Buccaneers 24.
All right. Where is that? Oh, there's Will. Yeah, Will. We got the Chiefs at the Buccaneers. What do you say?
Mike's muted.
Okay, I know. Dog was over here barking. The only thing I can say is I thought the Raiders had that game. I really thought the Raiders had this game, but this is Patrick 2-minute drill. I'm gonna shove it down your throat, Mahomes, and that he did. And Kansas City wins this one. Let's just face it. And I think Flynn was talking about it all season long. There's something not right inside that Tampa Bay's front office, the coaching staff. There's something wrong there. There is very much something wrong there. How in the hell they lost to the Rams is beyond me. I don't know how they're still in second, but yeah. But give me Kansas City right here. This is going to be one of those games that are going to say he's going to do it again. This is my CTDF block of the week. Give me Kansas City 35-23 over Tampa Bay.
Well, it's close to what I got here, but let's hear from Adam first. Can't quite hear you, Adam. All right.
Nope. Still can't.
Still nothing. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll go ahead and make my pick, and then we'll get
Go
to
ahead.
Adam. But I'm going with Patrick, my homeboy, East Texas native from White House, Texas. Went on to Texas Tech, drafted by the Chiefs, and ever since he's been in the saddle, he has been nothing short of amazing. I love this kid. This kid is awesome. Helps make the team awesome. The defense has really picked up a little bit more each week this season, and I don't see it any differently. I'm riding the Chiefs 35-20 over the new Brady Bunch.
Mm.
So if
Okay.
Adam has,
There you go.
Yeah, we
That's
can hear.
better.
there you go.
Alright, had to go back to my wireless earbuds. As I was going to say, it's a close game. Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes. I think it's going to be back and forth, but I think in the end, I do have a good feeling Kansas City will get the win.
All right, so it is unanimous for the Chiefs. Then we got a Sunday night game of the oldest rivalry in the NFL. It is the Green Bay Packers at home against the Chicago Bears. Now, initially, when I was looking on ESPN, I did not see a line on this game, but I went to Yahoo Sports, and Yahoo Sports has the Packers picked by 8.5 in this one. So, Flynn.
This was the second toughest game of the week for me to pick in terms of against the spread. Because there are a couple of things to consider here. One, the Bears' defense has been amazing this year. What's been lost in all the quarterback and offense controversy with Matt Nagy, Jeff Lazor, and the Bears? The Bears' defense has kept the Bears in every single game, basically. That the linebackers have been fantastic. Khalil Mack and the special teams are making plays. But I'm going to grab the points here with Chicago because of that. And I do think the Packers lost to Indianapolis because I do think there are some deficiencies on the offense. I mean, you can't just rely on Devontae Adams and Marcus Valdez-Scantling to make all the plays for the offense. That Aaron Jones has to be better running the football, and I also think that I think the Packers defense should be better. I was pretty disappointed with the Packers defense last week because I was ready to say talk about how underrated the Packers defense is, but I mean, when you blow a 14-point lead at halftime and it's Aaron Rodgers, I mean, you bet they'd be ticked off. And I don't think I think yes, Green Bay is still in first place, but there's just not something right with the Packers. I think they'll beat the Bears 23-17, but I just don't know how they can. I just don't know if they can beat a team like Seattle, the Rams, or New Orleans in the playoffs right now.
Interesting there. Hey, Adam, you got the Bears and the Packers. Who you got?
Well, I think I've got a good feeling that the Green Bay Packers will bounce back and they will beat their rival. With that being said, I gotta give it to the Packers.
Alrighty then. So Will, who you got in this one?
Oh God, can we just do ourselves a favor? Tell Chicago to throw the biggest white flag right now in NFL's history, because I don't see Nick Foles staying around at the end of the next season. I think Foles is going to go somewhere else. Matt Nagy has been nothing but a joke. He's continuing to be a joke, and he's going to stay where he's at, a joke. So Packers will win in a landslide. So I'm just going to make this short and sweet. 35-6. I don't even see Nick Foles getting the football down the field. So 35-6 for the Packers. That's as much as I hate to say it.
Well, I am going to go ahead and take the Packers. In fact, I'm going to make the Packers my lock of the week. I got the Packers rolling over those Bears 41-13. So that's the way I'm going with that one. Before we get into the Monday night game, I got a question, a statement here that just showed up from Nitro Mobile. Hey guys, Rob or Deontay. I wonder what he's trying to say here.
He's trying to say Allen Robinson or Deontay Johnson for PPR League. I would go Deontay Johnson. He had a better game than Allen Robinson. I would choose Deontay Johnson.
Yeah. I really like Green Bay's defense, and I know Aaron Robinson's going up against the Packers, but yeah, I think Deontay Johnson. I think Pittsburgh's going to be more aggressive. It's more aggressive offensively, knowing that the Ravens are compromised. So I think Juju Schuster is gonna have a big game. I think the Steelers have a very good trio of wide receivers. I actually am starting Deontay Johnson in my other league because of his matchup. So definitely roll with Deontay Johnson. And I never really understood the love that fantasy is giving to Allen Robinson because of how dreadful the Bears' offense is, but. But when teams are playing against Allen Robinson, I think that they'll comprise a game plan of trying to double cover him, which leaves which makes other players or other receivers wide open, and the Bears aren't giving the ball to other wide receivers. So that's why I'm going to go with Johnson.
Very interesting. So you may want to go with Deontay Johnson in that case. Thanks for that question, Nitro. Glad you're watching the show. And we got one
yeah,
more game.
yeah. And Nitro, I do have I believe the better wide receiver between the two. I'm going with Deontay Johnson. He's been really doing good. And by the way, he's like one of my players in my fantasy football team of the OWA Starcators.
Yeah, just remember too, Nitro. Claypool gets double teamed sometimes. Juju Schuster gets those big one-on-ones, and Deontay Johnson plays the slot. So keep that in consideration.
Yeah, always keep an eye on those slot receivers because they can usually make a lot of noise there. So I guess we're all unanimous with Johnson on that one. Now let's talk about the final game of the schedule. Monday night, ESPN. Uh oh, this is a laugher. This is another laugher right here. Another classic example of Roger Logic. Let's see if I can get that.
Say it, Tim. Say it.
Oh, I will. Just another example of the Roger Logic in this game. A real good team against a real bad team. We got the Seattle Seahawks going into filthy Delphia to take on those chickens. And this, is that what you wanted to hear, Medina?
Yes, because the way you said it last week, you said it with so much convincement last time.
Yeah, I mean, all right. Flynn, the Seahawks are picked by 6, so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. This one's another tough one too, because because I just don't know what it is that Seattle randomly gets into one possession games like every single week, no matter who the competition is. I mean, it's hysterical that the Seahawks year after year continue to win all the one possession games, but. We saw why they were able to beat Arizona last week because their defense actually played really, really well, and if the Seahawks get that kind of performance from their defense, yeah, they give up 21 points, and yeah, they allowed the Cardinals to move the ball up and down the field a little bit, but if the Seahawks defense can play the way they did the last 2 weeks against the Rams and the Cardinals, the two teams with excellent offenses. I think an average Seattle defense could get Seattle to at least the NFC Championship game, if not the Super Bowl. But I think it's going to be another close game because I don't trust the spread with this game. And yes, Philadelphia has not played well, but I think Philadelphia is going to make it close. I'll give you that, but I'll take Seattle to win 27-23 over the Eagles.
Alrighty, Adam, what do you say?
Well, I I think the Seattle Seahawks are gonna win this one convincingly. I actually going to take the Seahawks to beat those filthy Philadelphia Chickens by at least 14 points.
These two good scores on there. Will?
Oh God! Can we get Doug Peterson on the phone and tell him to either grow up, get better, or get in the unemployment line? Because this Eagles team has, I don't know, flimmed out, washed out, and done out. Seattle is going to find a way to pick that defense apart. So Seattle's going to win. The Eagles, they're going to go to Gino's Steakhouse down the street to go eat their Philly cheesesteaks in bitter sorrow, 35-10.
Wow. Or maybe Doug Peterson needs to grow a pair, if you know what I mean.
He should have been grow pair, but what do we know?
Here's my hashtag for this game.
Mhm.
Write it down, y'all. Write it down.
Oh man.
I just cannot see those chickens winning against these Seahawks. These Seahawks are gonna, even though those chickens are gonna fly a little bit, uh, it's just not quite going to be enough. I got the Seahawks winning this one, 31-27. Give it to those Seattle Buzzards.
Hmm.
And I guess with that, that's pretty much the schedule for week 12. Before we sign off, you guys doing anything special on Thursday?
Yeah, I'm going north to visit some family, so that's why no one's gonna be here Thursday.
Exactly. I'm hoping to visit some family. Actually, my sister-in-law's side of the family is hosting this year, so my family's going to be headed over there to Palestine, Texas, which is about roughly almost a 90-minute drive from where I live in Longview. So it'll be a nice drive to go see family. So, anyone else doing anything? Adam, you got anything playing with Amanda?
I'm gonna be staying here, and my fiance is gonna see me for my very first for the first time in the Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's going to be so wonderful. We're just
Yeah, yeah. I know my fiance at the same time she's like a little disappointed because some of her because some of her family members got the you know what.
oh
Cough, cough.
no,
I'm sorry to hear that. Damn.
yeah.
So yeah, she's gonna be spending her Thanksgiving with me and me me and my grandmother.
All right, that sounds good. Flynn, you doing anything?
No, no, I'm just gonna be home with family. We're not taking any chances. Hey, and especially since I don't know if you guys saw on Facebook that one of my closest friends from college has been dealing with has been battling the cough for over 3 weeks now. So
Wow.
and that no pre-existing conditions whatsoever, and this person's been battling COVID for 3 weeks now.
Wow. Well, we'll definitely be praying for your friend, and we'll be praying for Adam and Amanda, their friend. And anyone out there that's got the virus, we're praying for you. I hope you get better soon. This is going to be a kind of a different Thanksgiving for a lot of people, but I guess on behalf of everyone here at the CTDF and our CTDF Fantasy Football League, I would like to wish everyone a very happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you'll be able to spend time with friends, spend time with family, eat a bunch of great food. We got those 3 great games on Thanksgiving Day. The Lions at home against the Texans, Washington at Dallas, and of course, Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Hopefully, y'all enjoy the games. We will be back at our normally scheduled day and time Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, when we go live. Next week will be the final week of our league season before our playoffs start. So we'll be getting more teams locked into our playoffs. So thank you, Flynn. Thank you, Medina. Thank you, Oliver. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanksgiving,
And
guys.
happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there. I'm Tim McClellan for the CTDF Fantasy Football Show. Thanks for watching. Happy Thanksgiving. And as always, be a good sport. See ya.